Chapter 5. Introduction to Advanced Civilizations. Developmental example for an N6 culture. In this discussion, we are going to make up a sample working society and study it. We will discuss various points in a theoretical way that are applicable to all social orders. Let us construct a table of wood with a top composed of many strips, planks, of wood. The table stands 4 feet tall. On the table is a pitcher of milk. Under the table are the people who will be in our new society. To initiate our social order, we will tip the pitcher over on its side and allow the milk to spill onto the table and drip down through the cracks in the boards. We need to give our citizens a purpose for their existence. Therefore, we will proclaim that the purpose of life in our society is to determine where the milk is coming from. Now, we must stabilize our society with law. Otherwise, it will collapse. Therefore, we proclaim a law. It is illegal to look more than 3 feet above the ground. A law. Anyone who looks more than 3 feet above the ground will be executed. Now our society is working and stabilized. Since no one can look more than 3 feet above the ground, they can never determine the answer to the purpose of life, where is the milk coming from, and so the people will spin helplessly in circles throughout time. Internal security. What of the possibility now of outsiders coming around? Being from outside our society, they can easily see where the milk is coming from. If they enter the society and tell the truth, they will destroy our social order. This must be prevented, so we now invent security clearance. Anyone coming in from the outside must swear never to talk about what they have seen, the pitcher of milk on the table. If they will not swear, they have 2 choices. 1. Do not enter our society, or 2. Be executed immediately upon entering our society. Now, it is brought to the attention of the leaders that there are some people who have looked beyond 3 feet above the ground and have seen the tabletop and the milk. However, no one saw them when they did this, and they do not talk openly about what they saw. They have formed a secret club called the Order of Truth, and they discuss what they know only in secret meetings where no one can observe them. In public, they behave like everyone else and proclaim that they are trying to find out where the milk is coming from. Now, we know that they have the forbidden knowledge, but since they won't admit it publicly and keep to themselves, and since they represent a small percentage of our society, the decision is made to ignore them and take no action. External security. There are other societies in existence. We do not tell the citizens this, but we know of it. They think we are silly and that our people should be liberated by being informed of the truth. We must deal with them because they are a threat to all we have worked so hard to create. We must form an army. The members will have to be told things the general citizens do not know. We need to establish a security clearance system to handle the army people. The system we establish will work like this. 1. Secret clearance. Knowledge that things exist more than 3 feet above the ground and that there are others in existence not in our society. These others are the enemy and must be controlled. If they can't be controlled, they must be killed because the national security is at stake and must be protected at all cost. 2. Top secret clearance. Knowledge about the table and the spilled milk. Knowledge about why the public must be kept in darkness for the stability of the society. Knowledge that the enemy is really probably right and we are silly people, but we rule here and we can't be rulers anywhere else. We provide and care for our citizens. It's our thing to do this, and we love the feeling and sexiness of the power we have, and we do not want to lose it. Special consideration for those granted top secret clearance to keep them loyal, such as more pay, better food, and exemption from the law that we made up for the regular people. Now we have an army in place, and we can go out and kill the other societies that are trying to destroy our society. We can alternately simply show force and enter into secret treaties with the other societies that they will not interfere. Housekeeping, internal dissent, and propaganda. We learn that, although not overtly disobedient to our laws, there is a growing number of citizens that just do not believe what we have told them. They are not breaking the law and not looking over 3 feet above the ground. But they somehow sense that things are not right, and these feelings will not let them have peace. Therefore, we must now invent mental illness and rehabilitation and treatment programs. First, we need to agree on the party line propaganda, which will be transmitted to all citizens. Let us now send the following message out. Citizens, are you upset for no reason? Trouble sleeping? We want to warn you about mental illness, because this is what you, or someone you know, may have. Recently, there have been reports of severe delusions, which our scientists have determined is milkmania. These poor affected people actually believe that they are living in a contrived world and that the government is behind the dripping milk and that their life is an illusion. Of course, this is absurd. So, if you know of anyone thinking this way, notify the nearest government official, and that person will receive the best care our scientists can provide. Now, we have established the party line. We need to build some holding areas that we will call hospitals. And we need to figure out what to do to the people who have innocently become too smart to be allowed to stay in our society. We decide two things.
1.
If we pick up someone who is not really opposed to us but has figured out the truth somehow, we could just give that person top secret clearance and let him work for us as a member of the in-crowd.
2.
If this is not practical, then we will brain damage the person so he cannot do anything coherently and then let him go as rehabilitated. He will be so silly and confused that it will not matter what he says because no one will believe him. That does it. We now have a stable, working society that is guaranteed to last as long as we want it to, so long as we maintain the constraints that have been discussed above.